Is this who we are? Is everything actually what makes us human?
There's changes that we can make as individuals that improve our brain health.
I am Fran.
And I'm Tom.
And I have Alzheimer's and mixed dementia.
I was diagnosed with mixed dementia 8 years ago, and I'm living really well with it.
People find it more frightening to get diagnosed with dementia than with a cancer, because there doesn't seem to be a solution for that.
Don't sit at home and think the world is over, because it isn't. You're the same person as you were the day before your diagnosis.
In the 1960s, they thought that once you were an adult, your brain stayed the same and there were really no changes. What we know now is there's neuroplasticity there, and there's changes that we can make as individuals that improve our brain health.
Neuroplasticity means our brain really can regenerate, and it wants to. If we actually put our brain in an environment that it can be neuroplastic, so we feed it properly, we support it properly, then it, in the main, responds very nicely.
Dementia is actually 15 to 20 years in the making. On the one hand, that is obviously very concerning, but at the same time, it's clearly a window of opportunity because the brain is still otherwise healthy.
So the earlier you start really caring for your brain, the more chances you're going to have to somehow halt that process.
Mind diet is the Mediterranean diet combined with the DASH intervention for neurodegenerative delay. So these are really the kind of two main diets that have been clinically studied to look at what can help slow any cognitive decline.
This is not just something that your grandmother used to say, eat your greens. It's not just spinach and kale. It's actually a cornerstone of what my brain needs to somehow repair itself.
The other month, I done a sponsored bike ride through the Mersey Tunnel to Chester. That was 27 miles. And I walk to work every morning and I walk home every morning. And it's really good. That keeps me going.
I think that's really nice practical advice, like listen to music together.
Music helps and music works. If I find the right music, if I find the right way to reach them, it's so
respond.
Rewarding when you even get a smile.
Socialising is good. I think that's like a behaviour you need to learn as well.
Everybody who I know who is active in those groups are lasting a lot longer than the average prediction. We are all convinced that actually we are keeping it at bay because we are using our brains so much.
A big part of what we want to focus on is behaviour change and what you can do in the early stages of dementia to actually continue to live well.
You meet different people along the way. Like, we'd never have done a podcast in our lives.
No, too nervous.
These are my friends now, and that's what we do, cause havoc.
We do, everywhere we go.
And you can get away with it with having dementia or Alzheimer's.
It's good for birthdays and anniversaries as well, because you can forget and you don't get told off.
It is never too late.
You saw the same person from yesterday.
You can fight the progression of it.
I'm living really well with it.
Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. Happy to be joined by Fran and Tom. You okay?
Yeah, fine. Hello, everybody.
Hiya.
And it's my pleasure to welcome Dr Sabine Donnai to the podcast. Hi Sabine.
Yep, hello. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and what you're a doctor of and what's brought you here today?
Yep. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, hence my funny surname. I'm from Belgium. And I'm originally a general practitioner many, many years ago, but always been fascinated in preventing illness or dealing with causes rather than trying to treat the symptoms. So that's been my passion and my journey throughout life, which has taken me throughout the world, really. And I've worked in many different countries and really trying to understand the ancient ways of treating and what health was all about. And got quite disappointed after studying 9 years of medicine on what I had learned, because I had learned how to recognize a symptom and treat with a medication rather than what is health actually about and how do we support health better rather than just looking as in there's a person with a symptom and what does this mean. So my journey has really been to really trying to understand drivers of illness, because once I understood that better, I could understand how to support health better rather than just focusing on symptoms. Because what we've learned for sure is that there's many different drivers for a particular symptom. And whether we're talking about cancer, whether we're talking about dementia, autoimmune disease, I mean, it actually across the board, there's different pathways to a particular symptom. Anyway, so that's been my journey. And the brain automatically fitted in there because my philosophy was very much as in, what's the point of trying to avoid a heart attack if our brain goes? Because the brain is who we are. It's our memories, thinking, it's who we can relate to, is everything actually what makes us human. So the fascination about the brain automatically fitted in there, and hence my field of expertise now.
Mm-hmm. So so it brought you to the brain, and then has that led to a specific interest in dementia or in terms of cognitive issues, other types of brain diseases? Is that your interest in what you mentioned?
Yeah. So what I mean with brain health is not, I don't look at brain tumors or anything like that, any structural problems. I really look at functional capacity of the brain. So, I mean, we all know that the dementia is an illness that is on the rise significantly. I mean, it's one of the biggest killers in the UK now. But my fascination started long before that. It is purely because I feel it is who we are. It is a stigma around it. And everything that goes with it, that really has been an interest of me. So no, I don't look at brain tumors or epilepsy or anything like that. It is all about cognition, about sharpness, about optimizing our functioning, not just in relation to dementia, but in relation to all our brains at any stage of our life, whether I look at my children or whether I look at my parents, okay, the principle is the same, as in how can we support our brains better.
Wonderful. And do you want to tell us about your expertise then and your work that you're doing?
Yes. So I run a clinic in London that goes beyond the brain in principle, in the sense that it really looks at people's health as a totality, anything from their DNA to their gut biome to how they're functioning to their clearly brain functioning, to their kidneys, to their liver, to their fitness, to absolutely anything that one can measure. So I can give our clients a strategy on how to optimize their health. Now, to optimize your brain, you need to optimize your body, because the only real reason why your body is there to really support our brain. So that's what we do day in, day out. We look at people that some of them might be biohackers and they want to really squeeze out the last 1%. And others would come with early cognitive decline, or they've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease or cancer or cardiovascular disease or whatever it might be. And our role is really to identify how you can support your health as well as possible to achieve the best health in your circumstances.
How would you say that we can support our health? What do you advise when you come across these patients?
Yeah, especially with someone in sort of early, just been diagnosed with dementia, or maybe been living with any of the types of dementia for a couple of years. How would you start, and what would you go about? That would be great to hear.
Yeah, the first thing I would say is it is never too late. And I think that's always a very good start, because often, I mean, it's a very frightening illness to get. And I find it when I speak to our patients, people find it more frightening to get a cognitive decline or being diagnosed with dementia than with a cancer. That's no doubt about that, for themselves and for their relatives. And that is partially because there doesn't seem to be a solution for that. So it seems to be a little bit like, that's not what it is, and sorry, nobody can help you. And secondly, it's frightening because you feel like, are you going to lose the person that you've got to know, and how do you cope with that as an individual and as relatives and friends? So how do we, I mean, what we do is we go into a lot of detail. So we have got the luxury to deal with clients that we can actually really measure all the risk factors, all the negative drivers and all the positive drivers for the brain, because I think we've got a very good understanding now what is actually happening when people develop a dementia. And we, of course, need to differentiate between vascular dementia and Alzheimer's because the drivers are slightly different. But the principle is the same. Something is harming your brain, and the brain is trying to protect itself. And by trying to protect itself, it is really putting down those entanglements, those tau proteins, those beta-amyloid plaques in the brain, which then cause the symptoms. But that is a protection of the brain. The brain is trying to protect itself against something. So if we can identify what is actually harming this particular brain, and for somebody it might be being diabetic, for somebody it might be that they got high blood pressure or they're overweight, or it might be that they've got a high load of mercury or environmental toxins, or it could be that their gut biome is or their hormones. So there's different pathways into the brain that can harm the brain. We know that people that have repetitive head injuries, whether it's NFL players, rugby players, I mean, they have got ruptures of their blood-brain barrier. And then that really, all environmental toxins or inflammatory markers really have just free access to your brain. And the brain, of course, tries to protect itself. No different than you might be familiar with what we call plaque in our arteries. If there's an irritant on the arterial wall, whether it's cholesterol, whether it's blood pressure, whether it's being diabetic and sugar and insulin, what happens is that it irritates the vascular wall. The vascular wall tries to protect itself, and then it forms that plaque and narrowing, which can lead to heart attacks and strokes. But the same thing is happening in the brain. The brain's trying to protect itself. So if we identify, so coming back to your question, if we can identify what is actually harming this brain, then we can do something about it. If we can identify all those elements that we know are supporting our brain function, because the brain wants to survive. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Okay, our brain is about survival. So it will do anything to try to survive. So if you put it in the right environment, okay, it will respond to that. You will have heard of the name neuroplasticity.
Yeah.
Neuroplasticity means our brain really can regenerate, can reform, and it wants to, because it, as I said, it is about survival genetically. I mean, that's what we any human and any animal and any plant, okay, it tries to survive. So if we actually put our brain in an environment that it can be neuroplastic, so we feed it properly, we support it properly, we allow it to actually want to survive, then it, in the main, responds very nicely. Now, the problem is that the harming of the brain starts years and years and decades before we often see the first symptom. So the earlier you start really caring for your brain, the more chances you're going to have to somehow halt that process. But even we have seen people with early signs of cognitive decline that have been able to halt it or reverse it without a problem. There comes a point where the brain is just so damaged that eventually there is no return. So I'm not saying, it can be completely reversed. But can it slow down? Without a doubt, okay? Can it actually be helped? Can it reverse? Yes, we have had people that had to give up work and have returned back to work because their brain function has been in an environment that has been allowed to thrive again. And that's so, is there one answer to your question, as in what is it that we need to do? It's very individual. However, saying that, we need to look at the basics, and the basics of sensible good health, okay, which we actually all know, whether it's about nutrition, whether it is about sleep, whether it is about managing stress, whether it is about avoiding or as many toxins in the world that we're living in. I mean, it is about calm. It is about purpose. It is about all these things that we say, actually, what does our brain need? Okay, if purpose alone, okay, might just sound, well, how can this be clinical? It is very clinical for our brain for sure, because a brain that feels it is not of value anymore might as well switch it. Okay, very much like your muscles will do. Okay, if you don't stimulate your muscles, okay, it's a very expensive resource. Okay, our brain uses about 20% of our energy, and it's only about 1.5 kilograms. Okay, so I mean, it uses a very big amount of energy. So dementia is often an energy problem of the brain. You've heard the word of mitochondria? Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
No.
So in every cell of our system, we have got mitochondria, hopefully many, and they produce our energy. Now, the vast majority of our mitochondria we find in our brain because that very high level of energy production that is necessary in the brain. So our axons, as in the roads and the connections between one brain cell and another brain cell, is just lined with this mitochondria. So you have a problem with energy production. Your brain is not going to be able to do its waste disposal properly. It's not going to be able to reduce the inflammatory markers that might be there, because the brain needs support, oxygen. It needs to have that support of the mitochondria energy to actually be able to start repairing itself. So it comes back to the basics. Okay, do we live a lifestyle that actually supports our brain, or do we live a lifestyle that is actually harming our brain? And the vast majority of yourselves and listeners will probably instinctively know what I mean with that, because we all know how our grandparents lived. If we Alzheimer's wasn't there before the 1900s, and that is not because people didn't live long enough. We see more people now because, yes, we do live longer, like we see more people with cancer and heart disease because we live longer. But we see people with dementia and cognitive decline in their 50s now. That is not something, when I started 30 years ago, I never saw somebody that young at all. And in 1900s, when Dr. Alois Alzheimer saw his first client in 1901, that was like, this is a new disease. How come we haven't seen? And now it's the biggest killer. So we really need to look at our lifestyle and our environment as drivers for this reason why our brain is protecting ourselves. So unfortunately, there's no simple answer as in what do we all need to do, because there's different drivers for different people. But there's something we all can do, and that is go back to the basics. Go back to the basics on whole foods. Protect your gut, eat your fiber, have sufficient omega-3, make sure your vitamin D levels are right, make sure that you supported energy production, do some activity. You don't need to be an athlete, It is micro changes make a big difference. And I think it is, if we get one message away from this podcast, I would like people to remember that and say, listen, the small changes, but consistently make all the difference. So it is not about going into a straitjacket and say, oh my gosh, okay, now I need to be like so-and-so, like Brian Johnson, and doing everything I can. I need to perhaps look at peptides or medication. Or it is really not about that, The biggest difference you see is when you consistently make a change in those different areas. Just be active. Get a purpose, No matter whether you have got some decline already or not, The purpose, knowing that you are needed, is super, super important. Make sure you eat properly. Nourish yourself, Don't just eat for the sake of eating. Just have food in there that you know is going to support your brain. So you want your grains, you want your greens. You want to make sure you got enough of your olive oils and fish oils. And that's so super important. And your brain is a fatty organ. It needs healthy fats, So stay away from sugars. Sugars are very damn your brain, So yes, should you have a cake in the afternoon? You really shouldn't do that, because it's not right for your brain.
Done.
Yeah, that's it. We've just started a new segment in the last couple of weeks called Oily Fish, where we sort of talk for 5 minutes about how the diet's been going the last week, and trying to stick to the Mediterranean diet, looking at the mind diet as well, and it's complicated for a lot of people to consistently eat healthy and to drop bad habits, and it is hard. So, everything you just said there, I just think is absolutely wonderful for the audience, because you've articulated it all in such a, what's the word? Like a
compact.
Such a condensed but accurate way is really fantastic, because I think everything you've said, we've sort of heard from a range of experts, and you've managed to do it in 5 minutes it was really fantastic. So then what I'd like to probably ask you is about the the idea of that behavior change and going from where you are. And I know you said, like, how do you view that aspect of it, and how do you help your clients with those behavior changes? If you are someone who, you know, maybe is a bit sedentary, doesn't move a lot, maybe you do have a bit of a bad diet, maybe you do feel like you don't have a sense of purpose, how do you start them on the journey, and how do you support your clients with behavior change?
Yeah, I think the understanding helps a lot. I think when people really understand that is how you're going to support your brain, and this is why. This is not just something that your grandmother used to say, eat your greens. You know, we've all heard it, and yet, okay, it's grand, okay, but why? And if you understand the why, and you say these greens contain a lot of folates, and that folate is going to help you, and I'm going to throw a very fancy word in here, it's going to help you to methylate, okay? And methylate means repairing things. It means repairing your DNA. And so if you say, well, actually, that spinach or that kale, it's not just spinach and kale, it's actually a cornerstone of what my brain needs to somehow repair itself. And what understand that, you will look at that spinach and that kale hopefully very differently because you actually have the knowledge of it. So I think it is very difficult, and it's the most difficult thing to change a habit. Okay, we've all been there. Yeah, I know I should do this, but okay, there's life over and there's a million of excuses, and it's hard. Okay, and you don't really like to do it. And one of the trickiest things that I find is that people with early cognitive decline, one of the first things that tends to go is motivation to make a change. So I often find it's the family, okay, that gets the burden to somehow say, come on, you need to do this, okay, and you support it. And that is very hard. That is very hard because you can almost just pushing somebody uphill. And that's the reality. So we often find actually supporting the family helps more often than supporting the person itself. Often the family that kind of needs to make it happen. Let's go for a walk, and let's now eat properly, and let's do your brain exercises, because it's something we haven't touched. Okay, a lot of people might think, I'll do my crossword puzzles, okay, and I'm going to do my Sudoku, and I'm training my brain, and sad to be a spoiler here, okay, that is things that your brain already knows how to do. So that doesn't make those new connections. Okay, those new connections, you need to do something that is hard. Okay, and that is a challenge. So it is about whether it's learning a new language or playing an instrument or go ballroom dancing or play or juggle. Okay, things not better to say it's hard, but that basics make a difference. Yeah. So my suggestion always is understand why you're doing it, and then make it fun.
Brilliant.
Because life is eventually about living. Okay, if the moment you say, well, everything now needs to be a struggle to stay healthy, okay, then you stop the fun into it. So try to have fun. Okay, so if you don't enjoy walking, then perhaps you enjoy swimming, or perhaps you enjoy dancing, or perhaps you prefer a group exercise. So try to find something that you actually would like to do and that makes you laugh. Okay, and then the likelihood you're going to continue doing it, because as I said earlier, it's the consistency that actually makes the difference. It's not the volume per se. It is keep on doing it all the time. Your brain will respond to it because it wants to.
Yeah. I did actually suggest Spanish. Let's go and learn Spanish once a week.
I said I can just about speak English nowadays, let alone Spanish. Could I just ask you about, obviously you're so updated with everything, and it's absolutely brilliant listening to you. But what we've found is a lot of the medical professions don't really take much notice.
No, they don't.
And that's upsetting to us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So how do you get the message to the medical professions to do more? Because it's hard to get diagnosed in the first place. Then it's hard to get help.
Yep.
Or we've been very fortunate, haven't we?
Yeah,
in
certainly are.
Lots of ways. But it's the medical profession who don't seem to be taking it as a disease. As you said before, if we had cancer, we'd get everything thrown at us. When we've got what we've got now, once you don't get a diagnosis because you're too young and they're not prepared to label you. So, and then it's, like you said before, an amazing point about the family. Families and people who are looking after us, they don't get that situation, where they say to us, we'll eat this, do that, do this, do that. Because they don't know what to do themselves. It's a big educational program that people need to be looking at.
And I absolutely share your frustration there. I mean, it's the same frustration we have when I see people that I'm just saying, oh gosh, why does nobody just talks about what is possible? Why is it all a negative diagnosis?
Yeah.
And that's the sad bit, because you almost say, well, fine, you're labeled and then left on your own, as if that's it. Okay. And I know that's not the case, for sure. And how do we spread the word? I mean, how do we really just ensure that we get everybody on board? And it is in a way a young science, if you want it, and it's still very much driven by what medication will sort it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And the sad thing is, we're probably going to wait another good 10 years, if not longer, for a medication, because there is not one driver. Okay, and I keep on shouting it. There are different roads in, so you need to tackle it from the different angles. So it's getting that message across. The problem is, who sponsors research into how lifestyle actually drives towards, because there's no money in it. There's just it's a simple.
It's the pharmaceuticals,
Exactly. So, yes, I mean, the Cochrane trials came out, what is it, about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, saying, oh, well, sadly, the medication actually is just fallen flat on its face and it's not doing anything. And then everybody says, oh, gosh, there we are again. I want to shout out, no, we need to take this serious, let's just listen and let's at least, if nothing else, do the basics. Your brain wants to live. It's the one organ that will do anything to survive. So put it in the right environment and it will respond. And that's the beauty of it. You're working with an organ that wants to respond. It's like a little plant, that is all floppy, and then you just give it a bit. It is a beautiful organ. So how do we get the message across the medical industry? I'm telling you, it's an uphill battle. That is for sure. I think my approach is to bypass the medical industry and go straight to people like yourself and say, well, fine, you're going to have to educate yourselves, actually, because if we're going to wait for the medical industry to really just somehow get there and support that, because they're not even doing it with cardiovascular disease. You have a high cholesterol. You get given a statin, you not get given lifestyle advice or support or anything like that. So I don't want to be critical, because the NHS is definitely there for acute problems without doubt. However, why dementia is not seen as an acute problem is a mystery to me, because it's acute in the sense as in do something early and you will make a difference. What to me
Never mind the money it would save society as a whole for people to be living longer with it, healthier in their own homes. Yeah.
Well, mowing is not going to help anybody on this.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I can spread the word. I can write the book, and just say, well, fine, this is how you save your brain, and that's really all what I can do. And say, well, fine, we can see people clearly in the clinic, but I think it needs to be beyond that, because we do have an expertise for many decades that we know. Hold on, this works. Why do not more people know about that? So it's about coming onto podcasts like yourself and just spreading somehow, hopefully, the word and say, listen, don't give up. Your brain is an organ that wants to respond to the right environment and create an environment.
Yeah. Have you got any questions, Tom, about how anything you've heard today or?
No, not really. It's been very interesting.
Yeah.
See what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the way you've articulated is just like really fantastic and like super clear. So yeah, thank you very much.
It's been lovely to listen to you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's been really, really inspirational as well.
Yeah.
It's
even if we just make little changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And as I said, I mean, as soon as the book is published, I'll send you a free copy.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, great. You're right.
That'd be brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, when the book launches, you'll have to come back on. You can tell us all about it.
Yeah. We are eager to make sure people don't go through what Tom and I have gone through and other people that we know with dementia. You know, we want them to have the chance to at least try and prevent it or look after themselves and the support,
It's brilliant what you're doing, and that's why I was super, super happy when you asked. So fine, I'm happy in any way I can support.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sabine. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, and I know you got to go, so we'll leave you to it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's lovely meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. I thought that was great, wasn't Dr.
Very
Sabine?
informative.
Yeah. It's nice to see someone so enthusiastic about it. Brilliant.
And so articulate about what you need to do.
Clever.
So she mentioned a lot of things, you know. Are we doing Spanish lessons?
Nope. We can juggle it instead.
I'm going to constantly come back to this from now on.
Can we just learn it on our own? We'll get a book each.
Are you nervous about what? It not being fun or?
No, not at all. Just that I know I won't remember it.
Yeah. But that's okay.
I'll get a book.
Okay.
You're going to get a book test.
How about we do one lesson and see how we feel after?
Like to try sign language.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
I used to have a dictionary years ago, and in the back was sign language. You should try and do that.
Yeah.
It's interesting, yeah.
So how about sign language then?
Okay.
Sign language lesson, is that better?
I've got no sense of direction.
That's good. You don't have to talk then. You just wave your arms around.
Well, that one's also good for dexterity.
Yeah.
If you think about the lady from British Gymnastics, Nicola, and what she said about how you're using your brain and keeping your cognition and your movement.
Yeah.
That was all to do with that, wasn't it? In terms of helping your brain to cope with.
We'll think of something.
Yeah. And when she mentioned about purpose, having a purpose, do you guys feel like you've got a strong purpose to, you know, she's talking about your brain as like it wants to survive, it wants to grow, but it needs to like have a purpose. How did that land with you, Tom?
I feel, well, my purpose is just to keep going. Which is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You've got to have something to keep you going. But it's trying to find something that you like to keep you going.
Yeah.
You know, don't put saying I'll go and play golf because they don't even like golf, but I'll go anyway.
Yeah.
But you've got to find something you really enjoy.
Yeah. And do you think you've got a sense of purpose?
I was pleased what you said about crosswords and things because I've always said that. I don't think that's something that improves your brain or can't remember what it was else she said.
Sudoku.
Yeah. But I agree with that. And I always have done. I think I've mentioned it before to you, Leon. I think she's right. You've got to do practical things more so than anything. And I think that's what I do. I do more practical things.
Yeah.
I have everything set out. I do what I want to do, what I need to do. Go meet people that I need to meet and see and go on a bus ride, do things that...
Because you've got quite a, I suppose compared to Tom, like a larger family with more kids, grandkids who are younger and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a big purpose in your life?
Oh, yeah, even though I
Keeps you
can't
going?
have the grandkids on my own. But I spend a lot of time with them, Lily and Daisy, and they're just amazing. Lily's always dancing now, though. But pick Daisy up from school or... We'll see, well, like Father's Day, we'll see Lily and everything. And when she's got time, we'll have Lily and we'll have a day together and we'll make that day. We'll do something all through the day.
Yeah.
So that
and that's
keeps
motivating for you.
Motivated,
And how about the podcast, Tom? Do you think that's like a sense of purpose that you got to help?
You're out and you're talking about something that maybe you could help somebody else with instead of just sitting at home going... whatever you do.
Yeah.
But I like my painting as well. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But yeah, podcast is good. Really good. I enjoy doing that. Even though I get hounded about sugar and cakes and vegetables
and learning Spanish.
Things, yeah. But no, I enjoy it.
You'll have to see what cake is in Spanish.
Yeah. We could order that.
I don't know that one.
I noticed in that cafe before they do cakes, I thought they look nice.
Yeah. Just
Awesome.
look.
But I just looked.
Do no touching.
I think there's a lot we can take from that in terms of, when she talked about the analogy of, your brain's like maybe a flower that is wilting or
plant,
needs a
yeah.
bit of attention. A plant needs a bit of attention, and actually there's so much that you can do to bring that plant back.
Yeah.
And you're 8 years in, 5 years in, but it doesn't mean that
I'm 6 years in.
6 years in. Sorry. I need to update my
I'm
numbers.
going into my 7th now, aren't I?
Yeah.
There you go. So, you're this way in it, but it doesn't mean that you can't, with the plant or the flower, do a lot of things that can help it to, because like she said, it's the one organ that really wants to survive and do well. So I know you feel like you get hounded on here, but I think
it's not just on here. But no, it's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah.
I just go home and paint anyway, and it just goes up my head then.
Well, I got another one.
Did you?
Well, my mate bought me it June, and I've only still done the pink bit at the top. I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah.
I ordered another one the other day, but it still hasn't turned up yet. The Golden Tower, it's called.
I don't think I'm going to have enough paint
Oh, you will.
in the little pot.
Do you put a little bit of water in?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you could drop
okay.
water.
I meant to ask you.
You can get special stuff you squeeze in, but I don't know what it's called.
Because they are nice to do, aren't they? Once you get settled into them.
You're focused.
And then when you see them and they're done, that's part of what makes you feel better.
Yeah, you're bringing one in next time, aren't you, Tom?
Yes. I would have brought it today, but Marion didn't remind me. Marion didn't remind me.
It'd be your fault, Marion.
I've got dementia. How am I supposed to remember everything? No,
Sometimes we use it as an excuse.
Yeah, but it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the painting because I just go into a world of my own. I'm not quiet, and it's no telly on, no music, nothing. I'm there for hours.
I think it's really better, from what George had said, it's been a big part of his, George Rook, who's 11 or 12 years in now. He said it was a big part of what helped him to get through, and I think it's almost meditative, isn't it? And
it is, yeah.
You're using your brain, you're really concentrating on something, as well as the motor neuron skills of holding the brush and being exact.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing for people living with dementia to get into.
Just doing something, like going in the shop, looking around the shop, doing something different.
Being out and about.
And I like looking in shops.
Great. So we'll have a little bit of a reminiscence corner video. And then we'll finish with oily fish, which I know you guys can't wait to tell me about how good you've been with your diet this week.
We really hope you're enjoying this podcast. We want this to be one of the best free resources for any family affected by dementia. With your help, we can build the biggest community in the world for supporting, guiding and comforting everyone who faces cognitive issues and the people around them. So please hit that subscribe button or share it with someone who needs it.
Got any advice for maybe someone else who's supporting someone living with dementia in terms of over the years, how can you sort of help them, to support them to, keep doing what they're doing?
It's Tom likes a routine. So he especially when he's working, he'll get up 7 o'clock. He'll make a cup of tea and then he'll have breakfast. And then he knows he's got to leave the house at 8:30. He'll be back about 12:30. So then he knows he's got the rest of the day. So sometimes having that routine helps.
Structure.
And the structure. And we use Alexa as well. That's been great for us. Reminding him to have tablets, to drink, to have lunch. And that sort of just little prompts for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably a good thing to pick up after having Dr. Sabine on in terms of, thinking about changes and what you can do to support your brain health, because recently you stopped working in the pub, didn't you?
I did, yes.
So that sort of routines.
Was my choice though, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was to do with little, was it a fall you had or?
No, it's had, I forgot what it's called now. You can't judge things.
Oh yeah, spatial awareness.
Yeah, it's because of that. I had stumbles and had a fall, so they couldn't keep an eye on me, so I had to go.
Fair enough. And have you thought about how you can replace, like, or what will you do with your time? Have you had a good think about how that?
Painting.
Yeah, painting. Yeah, that's a good one.
I've been going for a walk as well.
Yeah,
just to get out of the house and wander around.
Bit of structure.
Yeah. About.
That's good.
I bet you're going to get on a bus and go somewhere. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'll get on a bus.
Yeah. Because that's quite a big change, isn't it? Going from 3 shifts a week to
nothing.
Maybe not having as much structure, but I think it's the same for anyone when they retire, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, they were doing 3 day, a bit like you when you retired. Doesn't matter whether you got dementia or not, it's actually quite a big
it's been a change. You've worked all your life, haven't you?
Yeah. And adjusting to that, I think, would take time. Because I know you said recently you had like a couple of down days and stuff. Do you think it's been part of that? In terms of like a bit of lack of structure?
The Monday I was bad was something to do with what I was doing on the Sunday, emptying the ponds. My head I don't know what it was, but halfway through the day, I felt absolutely lousy.
Right.
As though I hadn't accomplished anything. And on the Monday, I felt I felt worse on the Monday. My head was all fuzzy and I just couldn't concentrate.
Yeah, you just get tired, don't you?
Yeah.
It's tiredness, I think. It's like a fatigue that comes over you. It's like your head is fuzzy and your ears are buzzing.
It's like you've been on a long haul flight every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because managing the energy levels, and that's, Dr. Sabine's obviously working sort of privately with clients, and I guess that they have like her involvement like regularly on like how to manage energy and think about all that. But then that some parts comes back to how you eat,
your
how
diet.
you sleep.
It's true.
Are you drinking a lot of water? So I don't think anyone's saying it's easy, is it, to do what she's saying in terms of giving your brain the best chance to regrow and to fight the dementia or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us would say this is an easy thing to but if you can make these little changes, then it should overall start to help you, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know, if you look at yourself, Fran, compared to when you started the podcast, you look like a ray of light. In terms of like the weight you lost and your skin and everything. So I do think the change will help.
Yeah, and you do feel
Tom,
better, to be honest. Yeah. You just go through a phase though sometimes, don't you, where you just want
something sweet,
sugar, and it's so hard to not do it. But
that's a good segue into our next segment, Oily Fish. So we'll have a little break and we'll be right back. Welcome everyone to Oily Fish, which is
hi everyone.
Which is our little segment, little show dedicated to talking about a diet that's good for your brain. And obviously you two are living with dementia, so it's great to talk about. So how's the last week or two been?
Mine's been okay. So I think I haven't had much sugar. I've definitely drank more water.
Yeah.
And like Manny said before, the only day we had red meat was yesterday. It was fish and salad stuff. Apart from that. My breakfast is overnight oats.
Moved away from cereal,
strawberries, blueberries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing this week.
Fantastic. And are you enjoying the diet?
Yeah. I'm actually
enjoying the food, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And how about you, Fran? How have you got on?
Well, I fell off the wagon on Saturday. I went to a communion. And they had the best pizzas ever.
Yeah.
So I
think the odd pizza now and again.
Yeah. It wasn't a big one, but I had that. But I noticed that, and I had this like macaroni cheese croquette, and the texture of it was lovely. So I had that. I only had the one though, and but I noticed then when I got home, I was just craving sugar. So I jumped into my Heroes box and had a few of them. So I do recognise now that if I eat a lot of carbs, I've got to eat more, or I've got to eat sugar, or I've got a craving. So I've been steering away from them. So I done that Saturday, and then that was it. End of. I haven't gone back to it.
Brilliant.
I'm just eating. Well, I was out with Marion yesterday and Liz, and I just got like meatballs and goat's cheese with salad, and then another salad. So it was lovely. The food was lovely. It was really nice to eat.
And you said you'd also bought some anchovies. Was that right?
No.
No, sardines?
Yeah. Sardines, I think they are.
Was it in
pilchards.
tomato sauce or something?
Yeah, they're in. I got them from Lidl. They're in a little tin, and they are
because
really,
they'll be full of omega-3.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. They look really nice, and that. So I haven't had them yet, actually.
Oh, okay.
But.
And how about 2 portions of fish a week?
I've got 2 tins of them, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, and now I am having fish as well.
Yeah.
I'll have Frank went to Chippy the other day, the other when we had Daisy, and our Chippy does poached fish.
Oh, wow.
So I just got a piece of that.
Nice. And
No chips.
Very good. And how about you, Tom? Are you having a couple of pieces of fish a week, which is the Mediterranean diet recommendation?
Yes, I am. By my wife says I am. Oh, well, yeah, one had anchovies.
So you've been having anchovies as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could taste them, but they had them in, didn't they?
Mm.
Yeah. They're nice.
Yeah. And how about you, Fran? Have you made any other new dishes or things that you've added, based on learning about the extra virgin
I tend to
olive oil?
look at my food now because I've got that app, the Yucca app.
Yucca.
Yeah, and you just put everything on the barcode and it shows you exactly what you're eating, whether it's good or bad, and then it gives you an alternative. And it's brilliant. It's like I've stopped using stock cubes and all stuff like that now.
We'll put a screenshot of that app up now so you can see what it looks like, yeah.
And using bouillon. I think it's called bouillon.
Yeah.
Because it's all just proper ingredients. It's not full of sugars, dextrose.
That app tells you everything.
Barley, everything, because they cover sugar with something else. Another word. Dextrose is usually it, but it's other words as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pretty dingo about what I eat and what I don't eat.
Because it's all about whole foods, isn't it? The Mediterranean diet and eating vegetables.
Yeah.
We obviously had Dr Sabine on the podcast episode, and she was talking about how important spinach and kale and that they actually can repair aspects of your brain through eating them in the process, which I've forgotten the word of, which was a very big word, and how important that is, and that's
Mossy, something. I can't remember it myself now.
And that's why it's really important to eat plenty of spinach and green leafy veg, lettuce, all that type of stuff. So maybe next week when we come back on, we can talk about all the spinach and kale recipes.
Spinach is great because you can just mix that in something. You can put a bag of the stuff in and then it just reduces. We put it in curry.
Yeah.
And I don't have rice with my curry now or anything like that.
So you're really trying to cut out the carbs?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Because I know they're not good for me. And that, so.
Good.
And fats.
So
but I do have some nice fats.
Oh, so you sensing a change since we've really started talking about them quite a lot?
I do. And I get annoyed with myself after, Saturday I wasn't bothered because I was just having a day off type of thing. And then I just went straight back to it. But when you're getting that pattern again, you don't feel happy and you don't feel healthy.
No.
Do you?
No.
You feel miserable and you feel, wish I hadn't done that.
And how's your water drinking going?
That's all right as well.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. Oh, and I'm Marion. I was drinking it yesterday. I'm doing well with that as well again. So I'm just trying to keep on top of everything.
Yeah.
And just do the best that I can.
Fantastic.
Because I want to be here a lot longer. Do you?
We're going to be.
Well, I think it's
definitely
helpful to the audience to just talk about this stuff because it is hard. I was in Spain recently for a week, and first 3 days I was there, I was working over there, but even because felt like I was away, my diet just fell off a cliff for 3 days. But I sort of caught myself and thought, hold on, I'm here working, and just because I'm on holiday, why should I let everything? I was having waffles and ice cream, but it was every day, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? But it's because okay, now and again it's nice to have a treat, but actually, it's not what I want to be eating.
Yeah.
It's
you don't want to eat it because you feel sluggish.
And I did it exactly, and the next day I was like, I'm not concentrating very well here. And I'm thinking, why is this? Oh, well, it's, I've had a pizza and then I've had ice cream and a waffle and then I didn't have a healthy lunch. And I'm not eating any of this normally. Yeah. And then I felt it. So I think it's important to just try your best, isn't it, to keep it up.
I hate the way it makes you feel once
lethargic.
Yeah.
Very lethargic.
And that's the worst thing that you guys need. Is to not have the energy to do all the stuff that that we've just talked
that you
about.
Want to do,
you want to do,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have to force yourself.
Well, we'll be back in a few weeks, see how we're going on, and we'll try and bring in some more recipes of things that you cooked that you've enjoyed. And actually like list them on the show.
Because you can change your sauces and everything. You can make your own sauces without filling them with the
junk.
The thingo ones.
Yeah, a jar of sauce, like a pasta sauce or a jar of the curry sauce that you buy in a supermarket is just terrible.
Yeah.
And actually, if you can and you're able to make your own sauce and you've got the time to, it tastes 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
It's so much better for you and it's interesting because you get to cook it.
Yeah. You can taste the difference, kind of, because there's no additives in it if you've made it yourself.
Exactly. And that's why I think that app, which is called Yucca, is fantastic.
It's got a callus on the front.
Yeah, I'm going to download it myself because I need to start being
Honestly,
more aware.
It's smashing and it gives you an alternative then.
Fantastic.
And it even does it for cosmetics now and stuff. You know, about putting things on your skin.
Yeah.
You can just put the barcode, scan the barcode.
Yeah. Well, we were talking with Dr Sabine on the podcast episode about dementia 100 years ago was like the first person, non-existent almost. Yeah. And, she was alluding to its modern society and everything that we're eating, all the chemicals in the air.
You have to go down the shops.
Yeah.
In the big shops. And there's like 3 or 4 aisles of sweets.
Yeah. Crisps,
crackers,
junk,
Kids don't stand a chance because there's that much.
Yeah.
And then it's the idea of, well, I've got that, I want that. And like we just had a bag of pineapple chunks or something, a quarter of pineapple chunks, when we got our pocket money to go to the pictures, and you only got that once a week.
McVitie's didn't exist 100 years ago or 120 years ago, and neither did Alzheimer's. And it's like, because people were eating food that came out of the ground, and it probably came out, and meat and fish that came out of the sea or the land, and that was probably within a 50-mile radius.
What is it to call them? Neanderthals or
Neanderthals? Well, that's how we evolved, isn't it? To eat food from the land, from the sea.
I look at nature now and I think people have lost the plot. It's all out there for you. Whatever it is you need, it's all out there, nature-wise. And we just don't seem to be looking at that now. It's too much.
PJ, our lovely producer, JP, our lovely producer, was telling us that he's just started growing his own veg in the allotment. And that seems to be the way to go because it'll also be cheaper. So there we go.
You get the allotment.
Big way to listen. Or you've got a back garden where you can set up a little.
But you can grow anywhere, can't you? You can put things on your windowsills or
in this country,
yeah.
Because my mum's tried to grow food in Spain. It's impossible because the rocks. It's just dead, the earth. But we are lucky in this country, so there we go. This time next year, we'll all be growing our own veg.
We'll all be going, how are you? How's your sheep?
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, we got Angry basket with tomatoes in.
There you go.
And some peppers and cucumbers. Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
You have to bring some in.
Yeah.
Show us.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
Try some.
I used to have a polytunnel and I grew tomatoes and it just went wild. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Couldn't get in.
I used to love the smell of fresh tomatoes. You don't get that on any fruit now.
No, they don't.
Fresh tomatoes used to have. My dad had a greenhouse.
When you walked in,
and if you put your fingers on the things, they'd have that smell on them. They were lovely. I love tomatoes.
Well, that's the best way to eat fresh, isn't it?
I like tomatoes
grown it yourself
with loads of salt on.
Yeah. I used to. That's the only thing I used to put salt on was tomatoes, but I've stopped it now. But I know what you mean.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
It's been great. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for listening to us today. Hope it's been useful. If you have any questions or comments that you wish to make, just contact us on social media.
Thanks again for listening today. Just a reminder to do your own research. We always take guests, scientists, researchers, people supporting people living with dementia at their word. They might talk about things that are new in science. They might talk about things that have really helped them. So just a reminder, do your own research. And thanks again for listening.